Hello everyone, and welcome to the 30th Turf Battles Weekly Update. Before I begin, I just want to point out that we have gone past the halfway point in our Indiegogo campaign. Our halfway point was at 4,500 and we're currently at 5,245, which is 58% of the way towards our goal of 9,000 USD and just that much closer to releasing the game. I'm not going to go too much into it. I just want to thank everyone that's donated thus far, that is thinking about donating as well. Remind everyone that once we do reach our goal of 9,000 USD, we'll most likely be entering into a beta sometime between 1 to 2 weeks after the goal is reached. So at a most of 14 days after. I don't think there's anything related to the campaign that I really want to bring up. If you guys want to take a look at it, we are changing some of the perks once in a while, just so they become more, I guess, desired by players. For example, we're thinking about changing the Renowned Donator to some kind of other perk, and just giving everyone that donates the perk Renowned Donator either way. As well, I want to apologize for not being here for the last update. I was actually moving houses, and I didn't have internet until last Thursday, like the previous Thursday. Everything's set up now, I'm all moved. I've been doing some work on the server since I got the internet back. Mostly just a bunch. A bunch is an understatement of bug fixes. I'll go over them with you guys, and I'll show you guys some of them. I'll just read the text out first, and then anything that's worth showing in game, I'll show in game. So party portals now. Before we never actually coded the party teleporting. Now players can teleport the party. Party chat, we also added that. We fixed the DC bug, which was the 15% Ceph is better than 25% Ceph bug. For now, the thing that was causing the bug is the percent symbol on the chat bubble when a player speaks. So for now, we just remove any percent signs that are sent in a chat command. When we have more time, we're actually going to go look more into re-adding the percent character and trying to find a way so it doesn't disconnect the user that sees the chat bubble. We have an idea that it's simply because it's missing a certain character, or a character is corrupt. But we'll take more of a look into that later. It's not really important right now, as long as the DC bug is fixed. We fixed on the upgrade rates. They were really simple and easy to upgrade. We made it more hard and realistic. As well with that, we also made it so when you upgrade an item or give it a stat, the gem will disappear. And if the gem fails, or the upgrade fails, sorry, then you'll lose the item. We fixed a problem that was going on with the client. Whenever a physical monster attacked a player, it caused the player's client to disconnect, and anyone that was within range would also disconnect if they saw the monster attacking. It was just a small issue that we resolved, which is good. We've finished coding the gold NPC and the gold extractor and the gold liquids in the game. There's still one more portion of it that I want to code, which is removing the ability to upgrade gold items. I'll show you all that stuff in game after. We've also added some more I guess you'd call them GM shops. They're simply for our convenience for testing and things like that, and they might become usable to normal players during the beta testing phases at some point, maybe. Um, we also noticed that previously AoEs were able to be cast from whatever distance. So, for example, if I was on my archer and I cast Rainbow Arrow from soccer field with my mouse targeted towards Latianus, the AoE would go all the way to Latianus, and even though we couldn't see it, it would be cast in Lad, and anyone that was within range of the AoE would be able to see it. So we fixed that issue. We've also adjusted the running speed so it's more realistic. Again, a lot of these are just in preparation for the launch of the game. We're making things more realistic and removing the sort of debug test mode that we were in. um, so now players are moving significantly slower than they were in the previous updates. They're more realistic. And again, the move speed does increase depending on the user's dexterity, buffs, things like that. Scotty's added a lot of new monsters. I'm not going to go into too much detail with that because, I mean, we add new monsters pretty much during every update. To go with that, though, we've also added the zones, as well as the zone teleport scrolls. I don't think we've added all the monsters to the zones, but I think Scotty has added to, I think, 1 or 2, or maybe 3 of the zones. He's added monsters as well as monster drops. Blade Village 100% complete. We found some more screenshots of the Blade Village that showed to us that there were some NPCs missing. So we added those NPCs, and that's what that's referring to. The specific NPC functionality that was still yet to be coded. Zone scrolls we already went over. 2 zones we already went over. Fireflies, questline framework put down. So if you guys remember back in old Turf Battles, there were some minor mini quests, I guess you would call them, that you can do just for, I think it was EXP and Lenny rewards. After a point, there was no point in doing them, but they were always nice to have at low levels. So that's been added. A similar quest that might be added is the Toxic Frog quest. We've also lowered the AP on melee characters so that they don't hit as hard as they did because their AP was too high. As well, we had a bug where the shields and protectors for blades and fists were actually adding defense to the user instead of block rate. So we've removed that, and now they only give block rate as opposed to defense. Some of the drop rates have been fixed on various monsters. The Ghost Witch now drops teleport scrolls for users, although the teleport scrolls still aren't used when you actually teleport. I just didn't have time. We did this in preparation for that, but I just didn't have time to actually code removing the teleport scroll. We've also set the correct sell values for items in stores, as well as the buyback prices. So if you buy an item from a store and then you try to sell it back, it shows the correct values. We've also added the finishers to the client. So finishers now cast properly. Before, a lot of the finishers weren't doing damage, things like that. For example, I think it was Hurricane wouldn't do damage, but we fixed that. Party's finished now pretty much with teleporting and party chat finished, so that's good. We also found a bug before where level 11 items that dropped from monsters didn't have stats. That's been fixed now. They have stats. A lot of the different items, we gave them specific item types, so just to help us with future updates. I won't get into that. It's a lot of information that you guys just don't need to know. We've also added Sephiroth armor, clergy gowns, and I think the Sephiroth gowns as well to the game, and those are the ones that are used by black mages, and I think it was yellow mages, that give more defense than the typical Sephiroth gown. And at 10-10 would give more defense than a level 9 fabulous armor or Ultima armor. And we've also fixed some server crashes, which I guess apparently Scotty believes it to be non-existent. So hopefully that's true. And if not, of course we'll fix that. I'll actually leave this open. So this is me on my archer. My sound's on. Okay. So let's go to soccer, where I think Scotty should be waiting for us. So as you can see, I'm running a lot slower than I was before. Before I was a jet, and now I'm, I don't know, maybe now I'm a Ferrari or something. But there's Scotty. I'll invite him into the party. I don't know if he's there. Might have to Skype him. Oh, he's there. Okay, so he's in the party now. It shows it over here. If I talk in chat, as you can see, it says right down here, hello. He responded with hey. That's our party chat. Again, anybody in the party is going to be able to see that, so if we had a full party, everyone would see it. Next, we're going to show you guys party teleport. So, let's move the party. And there's Scotty. Now again, party teleport only works for players that are within range. So if I move out of range and I try to use it, it's not going to teleport him, it'll just teleport me, as you can see. And we'll go back here. I'll just show you guys really quick those GM crystals we were talking about. This is these ones. Before it was just one, now there's 4. It's just, again, just for our convenience. They sell everything that we'd like to test. Just give you guys a quick look over everything. Liquid gold. Actually, it looks like I might have to sell some stuff because I don't have much room. I think that should be good. I already have all those. I'll buy some liquid gold just to show you guys how it works. These are all books, we don't need these. These are all books too. And I think I got everything out of Misk Shop. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you guys remember back in old Turf Battles, there were these party summoning scrolls. They were quite annoying because someone that had them could spam them with the party, and the party would just all be constantly teleporting. So we added that back. Whether or not that's the best idea, I'm not too sure. But it definitely does bring back some of the nostalgia from old Turf Battles, when you'd have someone that randomly joined a full party, and then they randomly started using the teleport scroll. So I'll just quickly show you guys that in action. So there's Scotty. I'll go somewhere else just to show it off. So he's in Lad, I'm all the way in Rampo outskirts, and now I'm going to summon him. So this is basically what happened in old turf battles, and again, you can imagine how annoying it would be if you're the person getting teleported. It probably lagging like crazy. And now I'm out of scrolls. As well, there might be a full party, so instead of one, you're gonna have like 10 or 15 people. Um, and again, like I said, I'm not sure whether or not this was the best idea to re-add, but it is nostalgic, definitely. Um, if people do start to abuse it, which hopefully they don't, we might add some kind of cooldown on the scrolls so that you can only use them once every 3 seconds or so, and that would give the players in the party a chance to quit the party if someone is doing that, or to kick the person doing it, of course. And it does say down here, Shockdot is teleporting the party, so it tells the user when and who is teleporting them. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead real quick and kill Scotty. Something else that we added was some GM commands. So I've already used one of the GM commands, and I gave myself 90,000 dexterity. So I'm about to kill Scotty in one hit, and he doesn't know it. But he's spawning, but he's gonna die. Yeah. So if you just notice, I just shot a lot of arrows really fast because my dexterity is really high. So this just shows you guys that dexterity does affect your attack speed. I'll do it again just so you guys can see. Kind of looks like I'm shooting a turret or something. And again, you're not going to have 90,000 dexterity ever. This is just in place to show you guys. Not bad. And Scotty dies again. um, Back onto more important things. I'm going to show you guys the liquid gold. Now, as I said before, liquid gold, it doesn't upgrade. If you turn something into a gold item, you won't be able to upgrade it anymore. You would have to go and extract the gold from the item before you can upgrade it again. That part still needs to be coded, but the rest of the liquid gold content has been coded. So, you go back to LAD. So I'm just going to apply liquid gold to my armor that I have here. It's plus 10, I believe. Yep. And then I'm going to apply liquid gold. Ta-da! It turns into gold mystic garb. And again, it's still level 10. Now at this point, I shouldn't be able to upgrade it. That part hasn't been coded, but it will code it soon. But now you guys might be wondering, oh well, what if I want to take the gold off of the armor? Well, we've added an NPC into LAD. It's right next to Yuba and all those merchants. His name is Bardock, and basically he's going to sell any special items that might reverse certain effects of items that are sold in the item mall. In this case, the only item he has is called a gold extractor. This is what it looks like. It costs 500,000 Lenny. It's affordable, it's easy to get. So if you just buy one of those, then you use it on whatever gold piece you want to remove the gold from. And ta-da, your gold garb is normal, and we got another liquid gold. Now just for demoing purposes, I'm going to put these over here. Okay, and we're gonna buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 gold extractors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna use one on each item piece. As you can see, I got another liquid gold, and I got my normal mystic bow back. Next we're gonna use it on this armor piece. Back to normal. Put that on just so we have some more room. Back to normal. Back to normal. almost done here. Back to normal. And the last one. So now we should have a total of 7 liquid golds because we bought an extra one earlier. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is the case. So now we can go ahead and apply it on any other level 11 items. Unfortunately, in this account, all I have is Mystic. But I do have this fabulous staff. I can use it on that. And it turned into gold. And of course, I can't use gold items that are for other classes. So I'm just going to go ahead and extract that again. And now when an item is gold, it won't be able to be traded, sold, or dropped. I believe I already coded that part. So for example, if I drop this, there it is on the floor, pick it up, use the gold again on it, and now I can no longer drop it. This item can't be dropped. It also won't be able to be traded. If you want to drop or trade liquid gold or the mystic piece, you would have to extract the gold from the item using the gold extractor, and then if you want to sell the liquid gold is tradable. It's not droppable though. I'll just finish gold plating the armor. And the last one. Cool. So that's working. So, what else do I have to show you guys? Ah, yes. So as I said before, the zones have been, or at least their teleports have been finished. We're just going to go ahead and show you guys all the zones really quick. I'll organize them in order here, I guess, as best as I can remember. I think it's red, blue, yellow, white, black in terms of difficulty. So just got teleported with me. There's a zone merchant. You can buy all these potions or whatever, just like a Yuba. And then you can go into the zone, teleport to the red zone, and you're inside. Looks like that Draskel is a bit too big, so Sky's gonna have to reduce its size. Let's see if he added drops. Looks like he did not add drops. Let me ask him. Oh, there's one. So it's a low drop rate. We just found a blue scroll, so those do drop. He's confirmed that they are low drop rates. It does get higher as you go up in the difficulties, and of course this is the drop rate if you don't have a drop rate scroll. If you have drop rate scrolls that you can purchase for TC, it'll be a lot higher. And he's just saying right now that as you do go higher, the drops increase. So you'll get better rewards for something maybe in black zone than you would in this level. There's some jewelry. Another blue scroll. We're just trying to get all the way through as quick as possible. And again, I'm one-hitting these things just because I have that high dexterity. Don't worry, nobody will be killing them this fast. Draskel died. Modern metal, it's just another necklace. I think we're almost all the way around. Hopefully. And I think that's a full circle right there. So, that's the blue zone. or sorry, the red zone. Let's go to the blue zone. Scotty got teleported with us. I noticed I have no potions, so I'm just gonna grab some. He actually just told me that this zone doesn't have any monsters yet. Like I said before, he's still in the process of adding some monsters. So, just as you can see though, we did get teleported into the blue zone. There's no monsters. I'm not going to bother going all the way through if there's no monsters though, so we'll go move on to the yellow zone. So, this is the yellow zone. We can take either one or two. And again, the zone merchants have stuff for sale. Just like every other merchant. We can teleport to the yellow zone. And it doesn't look like there's any monsters here either. Oops, wrong one. Now for the white zone. Again, another merchant. Can purchase stuff from. We're not going to bother. And the white zone. Doesn't seem like there's any monsters here either. Scotty's really slacking. And the black zone. This is supposed to be the hardest of them all. And of course there's no monsters. So Scotty is clearly slacking a bit. Apparently there's another area that has them. One sec. Sorry about that. My headset actually died on me. It's a wireless headset, so the battery went out, and I didn't realize till after I finished recording the video, and there's still about 10 minutes left or so. So I'm just gonna narrate the remainder of this video for you guys. So Scotty's just gonna show us the last zone area that he populated with monsters. It's actually the area before red zone. You have to take the second floor of Rampo to get to it. I'm just going to fly right to him. Basically, this room's going to drop all the red zone scrolls that you would be using to get to the red zone. Again, don't worry, we're going to have ghosts turned off later. There's Scotty. It's such a nuisance when I have to re-record. And it happens quite often, believe it or not. So the room that I was talking about should be just down this hall, down and then down some stairs, and there should be an NPC that'll teleport us right to the zone area that I was talking about. Something that I noticed while I was recording this was that the drops are actually pretty low. I've asked Scotty to increase the drop rates since I went through this entire thing without receiving a single drop from a monster. Not even a single scroll, so that's quite ridiculous. I'm gonna get Scotty to increase those rates. So as you can see, there's nothing dropping. So it's a mistake on his part, I guess. He also has to decrease the size of those Drascals, they're just a bit too big. Just waiting for my character to catch up with the narration. So now I'm just going to show you guys the Ghost Witch, and that it does drop level. Sorry, not level. It's been a long day. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm pretty tired. But it's dropping 100 teleport scrolls. Now, the teleport scrolls don't actually do anything right now. They just look pretty in your inventory. So as you can see, it just dropped 100 teleport scrolls. They just look pretty in your inventory right now. We added the drop in preparation for when teleport scrolls are needed for teleporting. I just haven't had the chance to implement that. But the way it's going to work is just like an old HyperEngine's TB where these things really shouldn't be moving. I'm just going to tell Scotty that the ghost switches don't need to move or shouldn't be moving. But just like in old HyperEngine's Turf Battles, players under level 50, I believe it was, would get charged 50k Lenny or something like that for a teleport. And then players that were over level 50 would have to actually have teleport scrolls in their inventory to teleport. So it's going to be like that again, with one exception. If you guys have been keeping track of our Indiegogo campaign, players that purchase the teleport scroll, the unlimited teleport scroll, won't ever have to actually buy a teleport scroll because they'll have an unlimited use one. So that should be nice for them. And those won't ever be offered again. And they are tradable, so if you guys do want them, you might want to purchase them relatively soon before it's too late. I'm not too sure how much of this video is left. I actually think that might be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just as a little side note, we've shown you guys a bunch of server-related content fixes. I just want to point out that we did fix a couple things on the client side. You guys would never notice it, but it was just some crashes. Like I said before, the monsters were causing a crash, so we fixed that on the client side. We also added a full-size party window. We noticed that the original HyperEngine's client didn't have that. It was 6 or 7 party members in the party window. I think it's because we had the very first Turf Battles client, not the last released one. But don't worry, we fixed that. You can have a full-size party now. And I think that's it. Okay, so thank you guys all for donating. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll probably see you guys next week with a new video update. Hopefully the guys at JetBite will have some content ready for us by then. They're pretty good and pretty fast with their work, so I don't see why it would be too difficult to have something on their end by then. But we'll see. No promises. Again, thank you all for donating. If you guys haven't donated or don't know what I'm talking about, just check out our Indiegogo campaign. There's various video updates there. You can just go to turfbattles.ca, click the donate now button, and it'll take you right to the Indiegogo campaign. If you guys, as always, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns about the video update, feel free to post them in the forums in the Talk About Anything section. We usually get back and respond to any questions or anything along those lines pretty fast. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend. Sorry, P.S. I forgot that Scotty had included or recorded a PvP video with a red mage just for you guys to check out and enjoy a quick PvP video. So I'm just going to attach it to the end of this. Feel free to watch it if you want. If not, then this is the actual ending of this video update. Have a good weekend, everybody.